Let's first talk about how the education system works in Cuba, and
Yeah.
then you can go from there. If, for example, I wanted to ask you if you think that studying Cuba has some benefits or not, and another question that I have here for you.
Okay, I'm going to start with a little history. You know that I love history.
Yeah.
After the triumph of the revolution in 1959, the government nationalized all the educational system. So basically, the educational system is operated exclusively by the state. That means that the educational system has an ideological, I don't know, it's complicated this word, orientation with a Marxist nature. You know, Marx and
Yeah, it's all about politics. And
yeah,
stuff like
all
that.
about politics and something like that. It's entirely state-owned and is organized through articulated subsystems. You have the preschool from 5 years, then you have the primary from 6 to 11 years, then basic secondary from 12 to 14 years, and then the pre-university from 15 to 17, and then the university until you graduated. And you were telling me about this difference between high school. In other countries like the US and Europe, high school is like a mix of the basic secondary and the pre-university here in Cuba.
Okay.
Here in Cuba, it's separated. So we have this basic from 12 to 14, and then the pre-university from 15 to 17 years old. Actually, the educational system here also includes the special education and the adult education. We have like all these programs for the people who have any issue and something like that. And this structure is present throughout the country. So allows the flow and articulation of students to continuously from one level to another and don't get like too much space between one and another level.
It's free studying in Cuba.
Yeah, well, it's free the service, but this is one of the topics that I want to talk later, because it's free going to the school and receive all the classes and the people teaching to you. But actually, with all the inflation and all the process here in Cuba, the basics like I don't know, the pencils, the notebooks, the lunch, I don't know, merienda is like
Snacks.
snacks for the students are very, very expensive. And the transportation here, it's a crazy
yeah.
thing. So in recent years, the quality of the education has declined because the inflation. And the professors here have like one of the most lower salaries here in Cuba. And it's not a problem in Cuba only, it's around the world. The professors don't have like a better salary. Maybe you will find a footballist with millions of dollars, and then a professor that is teaching generations and teaching the people how to be an architect, how to be a doctor. They don't have a good or even a dignity, could be the word, the dignity salary. So the professors are going and living to another better paid areas, or they are teaching from their houses. It's an illegal way, but it's the only way to survive with all this inflation.
Yeah,
they are preparing students for all the tests and something like that. They are like, okay, when you are here in Cuba, if you want to go to the university, you have 3 exams from math, history, and Spanish are the basics. And you have like, and at these exams, when you final this pre-university system with 17, 18 years old, it depends of your birthday, of course.
Yeah.
And you have to, I don't know, approve. You have to approve all these exams with high notes, high.
Yeah.
With high notes, and then you can choose the.
Oh, you mean pass? Approve,
Yeah.
no, pass.
Pass is the word. You have to pass all these exams, and with very high notes
Okay.
to select the career that you want. Actually, in my case, all the notes that I have were very well. Actually, in my case, all the notes that I had were very good notes, but I can't even choose the career that I want
Yeah, that's something very controversial when it comes to the
Yeah.
education in Cuba. You cannot decide what you want to be in your
They
life.
assign a career for you.
Yeah. It's like, this is what we need, and you can choose among these
Actually, they say to
careers.
me when I went to the school looking for the career that I will be studying now. They say no, you don't have any career here. You have to go to this place. They say a place, and they have like a reoffer. I don't know in English, reoffer, and you can choose from these options. No, and when we arrive to the place, they say you have to study what the revolution needs.
Needs.
I was like, what? It's completely insane, but it's completely true. So I
How do
finally,
you feel about that? When you heard that, how do
so
you feel?
bad. Actually, I at that plane. Oh my god! At that moment, I think that she was joking. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "No, no way, you're kidding me, right?" She was like, "No, it's serious." And I'm like, "No, no way."
Well, I was trying. Well, I have tried to be to get. I have tried getting or passing these exams to go to university before, but at the end, I was like, for what? You know, what's going to be my benefit of getting a title for something that I will probably that I wouldn't be like probably working for, because I don't want to be working for the government because I don't
And
want to get paid
you don't have nothing for
that
sure.
much.
When you graduate from the university, you are like in diapers. You're like, oh my god, what I'm going to do right now? You
Yeah.
don't have anything in your hand. And when you're looking for work, job options or something like that, they are like, oh, you need 5 years of experience. I just graduated yesterday, so what are these 5 years of experience? I don't have these 5 years of experience, so you will start from zero.
So when you graduate, what do you get?
Nothing. They maybe had like a job in a government institution that you go from 8 to 5 p.m. and doing nothing. You're like,
But you
okay,
have to work
yeah.
because you need to
The
pay
social
back.
service,
Yeah, exactly.
you have like, I don't know, the girls is 2 years, I think, and the guys that have like all these military service, and I don't know if they have like this.
Yeah, if you're going to the military service, which is mandatory in Cuba,
Yeah,
you have to be working only 1 year, right?
yeah. And the girls is
Otherwise,
two
it's going to
years.
be 2 years.
I
I mean,
think.
you're going to the military service only 1 year, and then you get back to work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you
Well, you study the basic, secondary, the pre-university, and when you final the pre-university, you went to the military service, and then you start the university. The guys start with a year of difference to the girls.
okay. And once you finish the how do you call it?
Pre-university,
No, I mean
social service.
yes. When you finish that, what do you have to do? You still working in that company
You can still work in that government institution, or you can
for the
go.
minimum wage? It's like
Yeah,
nothing.
nothing. 3 or 5,000 pesos, which
So
maybe if you do the comparison, the chicken, the package of chicken is like 1,500 maybe or 800. It's the half of your salary, for example,
as a professor,
as a professor or the
as a professional in general.
yeah, as a professional in general. So it's complicated. A lot of people go to better paid areas, like I was telling to you.
So why people from other countries? And I'm asking you this because I don't know, probably you know this. Why people from other countries, Venezuela, Colombia, China, Korea, Ecuador, Bolivia, so many countries, why are they coming to Cuba to study here?
They are coming to Cuba to study medicine because it's cheaper. And actually,
Oh,
Cuba
okay.
is known as and it's true, a potential medical country. So we have a lot of professionals here, and the educational about medicine and something like that are were recognized. It's the word. Were recognized as very good. So that's why they are coming to Cuba. And Cuba has like all these, I don't know, tratado,
A convenio.
convenio.
Okay. Look, like they're collaborating.
Yeah,
So it's all about price.
yeah.
Because
Price
the
and
title is going to be the same.
I don't know, because medicine and I are not friends at all. But the medicine in Cuba is were recognized as very good. So it's the two things about it.